So for a very long time, these materials have always remained in a very traditional domain. So this particular lab explores this whole new opportunities or new ways of looking at the material applications. What it really is doing is trying to see a cultural continuity to those materials in a present context.
For me, biodesign is relying on natural resources. It doesn't necessarily need to be of chemically make something new, something like bioplastic or new materials, but it's really about how can we design in collaboration with nature. Where is there something where I could come in as a designer and say, hey, we could do it in a different way, we could optimize things so we reduce what we throw out. And I realized that those are the non-special materials, right? The non-heroic materials. Everyone is kind of on the agenda to save the world. It's really about looking at resources as a whole and investigate how we could also equalize what we're using.
So last November, we had a 3-day knowledge sharing session where we invited a cohort of 10 people from different fields. It was Pema Chin and Lalrin who had the mind to experiment, to create something new, to address an issue.
So the material that I've decided on is bamboo. We do basically feel that there is an urgent requirement for the way we approach construction to be reimagined. Currently, how not just bamboo but natural materials are perceived in that way. It's a poor man's material because that is where we came from. A lot of it has to do with how people look at upward social mobility and what are the aspirations of the common folk here, right? And if I'm like, all right, let's build with ICRA. So ICRA is basically a timber frame with bamboo infill panels and then plastered with cement or mud mortar. For my mother, it's an absolutely ridiculous idea because she's like, we came from ICRA, you want to go back to ICRA? Like, I want a building, like a concrete building. That's when you realize, okay, like it's so ingrained, these aspirations, that how you even challenge that, and it's quite valid because that's what they've seen, right? So now keeping all of that in mind and then us coming in and introducing a new material, it is very challenging to reach to a scale where what we end up prototyping or building scales up and then is used as widespread would take a lot of time. But then to get there, you have to start somewhere, right? So then this project gives you that opportunity to sort of fiddle around and tinker around and explore the possibilities of a local material.
For the biodesign lab, we've specifically chosen Mautak. We've chosen this particular bamboo because it covers 60% of Mizoram's forest. We're creating this thing called the Mautak tuning chart, where we're collecting different sounds and the acoustics of the bamboo to be able to tell the characteristics. And then its application, then we've chosen music particularly because music is very close to the people of Mizoram. It's a very musical community, so I wanted to bring out an appreciation for this, for bamboo and specifically Mautak as well, by using the music stream to win their hearts over. In the past, we knew that it was really, really useful for our daily life. So we constantly innovated with it and we constantly were building new things out of it, and that practice has now died. So if we can understand it once again through this data set, we'll be able to create different and new things out of it.
So for this project, I'll be working with Comilla cotton, which is indigenous to the Garo Hills. This is a cotton that has a long legacy of trade with neighboring countries. With this cotton, maybe it's a small attempt to look at material culture and also revive a material memory that we used to have. My collaborators being from Nagaland, me staying in Assam, and my material being from Meghalaya, and here we are at Sikkim, exploring felt. I think it's also maybe in a way a metaphor for how textiles also work, cross-networking, interweaving. Something that the collaborators and I have been thinking is, what happens if we start planting our own cotton? What if this process of experimentation leads us to want to revive the idea of planting cotton and growing our own cotton? It is maybe in that way very speculative, but what remains core to working in projects like this is how the material also returns to the communities that we work with.
So I think this was interesting to see in how biodesign can not just mean like a protected indigenous knowledge system, but it can also be adapted to modern times. and yet not lose its value in the sense of community engagement or this community first or community led approach, that it doesn't need to be industrialized and molded into a modern economic system for it to be successful.
These labs will be done actually in different parts of India, Bangladesh and in Sri Lanka, so they will have their local communities. So it's always an exchange between international inputs and perspectives plus also people, local people, and yeah, let's see where we end. It's open-ended, it's experimental, it's very exciting, and it's the first step in many to follow.
Verla goti korsho, lo i zoban.